Williams class. For your English lesson today, this week, we will be planning and writing our own graphic novel adventure story. In this lesson, we will be planning our own adventure story that we will be presenting in a graphic novel format. Format means the style that something is written in. So newspaper article is one format, a poem is another format. So graphic novel is the format that we are looking at this week. Now make sure that you have a planning sheet and a pencil to add your own ideas to this box up that you can see here. So what I'm going to do in this lesson is talk you through each section and what I'm expecting to see in your box ups. So as I said, today you are going to plan your own adventure story and you can give it a title. So you can start off by giving your box up a title as well. I would write it maybe at the top of your box up. So before you draw it up or print it and stick it on a piece of paper, you can just write the title of your box up. And it should be the title of your adventure story. So put your creative caps on and think carefully about what you are going to name your adventure story. First on your boxing up grid, after you've finished writing your title, in the opening part, decide on a new character. So that is going to go in the first box over here. Now on your box up, it says here that the opening says who, introduce character, where are they, what are they doing? And what you can include in this part of your adventure story are phrases like one day, long ago, many years ago. So you write in that box, who will be the adventurer? Who will your main character be? Will it be a girl, a boy, or even a mummy or a pharaoh? And what will their name be? You can look at these following pictures to give you ideas of who your main character could be. It could be a character from the ancient Egyptian times. It could be an explorer. It could be a mummy. Have a think and then complete that first part. Next, you have your build-up section. Something is going to happen that will lead to the problem. Maybe something happens or they travel to another place. Where could they travel to and how will they get there? So that is your build-up here. So that's your second box in your box up. The character might choose to do something, what adventure they are going on, for example. And in this part of your adventure story, you will see words like then, suddenly, in a flash, in the blink of an eye. So think about what your build-up for your adventure story might be. What happens in that part of your story that makes the character then do something else? You can think about where your story is set in the world. Then we have the problem. So let's brainstorm some ideas for what the problem could be and then write these ideas into your box up. Some potential ideas could be that your main character gets lost in the mountains, in the desert, in the jungle, wherever the adventure story is set. Maybe what's happened is the main character has run out of food and water. Maybe they've been kidnapped. So that is your third box in your box up. Something happens that makes a problem. Does somebody get lost, trapped? Is something lost? Is somebody hurt? In this part of your adventure story, you will hear words such as suddenly, however, unfortunately. You might have ... You will have short sentences, maybe to describe somebody's feelings. You can even ask a question in this part of your adventure story. Then we have the resolution. So in the resolution part of your story, your character will find something that will help them fix their problem or find some treasure. Their problem will be resolved. Now, what would be amazing to find, or how could the problem be resolved? That is this part of your box up. It is the fourth box in your box up. What happens to solve the problem? Does somebody else help? Is an object found? Describe that situation as well. And often the words that you might read in this section of your story can be suddenly, luckily, surprisingly. And what are they all examples of? Adverbs. Then you have your ending. How does your story end? Does it have a happy ending? So, unsurprisingly, that's my adverb, unsurprisingly, that is one of your final boxes in your box app. How does the story finish? Where are they? Where is your character? Where do they end up? And the sentences that you might hear in in this part of your story could be eventually, in the end, finally. You could end with a cheerful sentence ending in an exclamation mark. Or you could end your story with a question, which would then end in a question mark. You also have to think about your writing devices, which is the final part of your box app. So have you included similes, metaphors, and onomatopoeia, which onomatopoeia, if you remember, are words that sound like sounds, like bam and pow and boom. Have you included all of these devices? And if you have, then write them down in this final box of your box app. So as I said, onomatopoeia examples, you've got boom, pow, and splat that are written here. A metaphor starts with like and then you finish that. And then a simile has the as in it. So it's as something else. So that is three examples of some devices that you should be including in your adventure story. So complete your box app with ideas for your graphic novel. That's pretty much, that's your English lesson for today. You're completing your box app. What I would say is don't rush, don't get started with writing into your box app straight away. I would give myself about 5 minutes just to think about what I want my story to be about. And the way that I would do this is by thinking about a beginning, a middle, and an end first. Or even better, what you could do is just brainstorm very quickly what your 5 parts of your story would be. So what happens in the beginning? What is the build up? What's the problem? The resolution, and then the ending. You could do that in a mind map before you then complete your box app. If you would like to get started on your box app straight away, then just make sure that you do have an idea of what your graphic novel is about before you then dive into writing your ideas down. So enjoy William's class, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.